Good morning. You are tuned into Coffee and Donuts with Miss T.
And Lexus.
Today is Thursday, January 27th, 2022. It is at the top of the hour. It is now 6 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Lexus, have you had your coffee this morning?
Yes, I've had my coffee and my donuts.
And we all know that the early bird catches the worm when? Always. Good morning to everyone that is just coming to the room. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and read the name from the prayer list. We only have one this morning. That is Ashley Rose Block. We're going to go ahead and say a prayer for her. Please keep her in your deepest prayer. Lexus Ice, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's
Oh
on
God,
you.
oh God, we thank you for another day. Lord, we're asking you right now to touch Ashley's roadblock in a very special way. Lord God, whatever it is that she's in need of, Lord, we're asking you right now to just take care of her, cover her. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Good morning, ladies that have just come into the room. Good morning, official Jamia. Good morning, Mr. Wanda Williams Wilson. How are you, ladies, on this terrific Thursday? Jamia, am I saying your name correct? I don't want to offend anyone because I have this pet peeve about names. So please let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I also have a special guest this morning. You all may hear from time to time, but it's okay. We have
I
two
think I
co-hosts this
can.
morning.
She's in the building
She is in
already.
the building.
Does she have a cocoa melon with her?
No, not yet. Our announcements for the day. Good morning, William the Unknown. Shout out. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts. We hope you're having a terrific Thursday already. Our announcements. If you want us to give your channel a shout out, or if you want to send a birthday wish to yourself or someone that you love, please reach out to us on Instagram at W.T.F with the Family Tabers. Also, every Wednesday is viewer choice. You can also DM us your topic there on Instagram or leave it right under this video in the comment section. Each Friday, we will highlight a different YouTube channel. So if you want us to consider your channel to be the highlight tomorrow, DM us on Instagram and we will do that. Good morning, everyone that has just come in. Good morning. Good morning. Our happy mail address is P.O. Box 443, Indianola, Mississippi. That's INDIANOLA, Mississippi 38751. Okay. So our topic today is, every Wednesday is viewer's choice, but we had a guest on yesterday that wanted to suggest a topic for today. So we are going to go ahead and get into it. The topic was blended families. Blended families. As you all know, the panel is always open to everyone. Good morning, Mary's Life Journey. Good morning, Boozy. What's up, Boozy? Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Coach TTV. How is everyone doing this morning? So our topic is blended family. So you all, please, if you know anything about being a blended family, um, we would love some insight. The panel is open. And good morning, Mrs. Diane Beckworth. Good morning. How are you? So moving forward, um, and we have our topics laid out, but at some point we do veer off into other things, and I'm fine, perfectly fine with that. Um, we're just gonna keep it classy and keep it respectful, and we can talk. We can talk. We can talk. But I do want you all to know we respect each other's opinions over here, and I want to be very clear about one thing particular. I want to be very clear. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but coffee and donuts, we do believe in the Bible over here. And I know everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I just want to be clear on that standpoint. We do believe, you know, in the Holy Bible over here. So I'll just leave that information right there and we can move forward. So it won't be no miscommunications or you have to wonder my standpoint on anything. But I respect, others' viewpoints and for whatever reasons, I can't judge anybody, but just to be clear on my standpoint, that's what it is, okay? So now that we have cleared that up, we're going to move forward. A blended family is a family consisting of a couple and their children from this and all previous relationships. Okay, so if you know anything about a blended family, please come up on the panel and let us know your experience, either with your family now or growing up in a blended family or any blended family situations that you know of, and give us some positive insight on how, if someone is going through some things within a blended family, how things can be worked out. Okay, so on this particular topic, I really have no personal knowledge of it. I'm on the outside looking in because we grew up. It was 4 kids in the house, and mom and dad, and we all had the same mom and same dad. There were no outside kids. So on this particular topic, I can only speak from on the outside because I don't, haven't experienced it. So anyone that can shed some light on this topic, please come up on the panel. Lexus Ice is on you, dear.
Well, as far as a blended family goes, like you just emphasized, we all grew up in a home where, we live with our biological mom and dad. So we did not have that experience. But in my adult days, I have heard different stories of blended families. And for one example, I can give you, I know this particular young man, his father, you know, uh, was not living in the home with him. And so there were times where he did get the opportunity to, maybe spend some weekends or some summers with his biological father with his biological father's home with with the biological father's wife and her kids. And so it was a lot of, he could tell there was some favoritism there. It was, some basically, you know, the dad's stepchildren benefited more from the dad than this particular person did. And so actually this particular person was his daddy's only son.
Mm.
And so years and years later, the dad passed away. And so when the dad passed away, it was just so much disrespect that took place. As a matter of fact, him being the only son, really didn't even they didn't even really want him mentioned on the obituary.
Wow.
He was originally he was placed under the stepchildren. They just said no. Okay, also he has a son, and then another
Oh
thing
wow.
was yeah. Then another thing was it's a lot of things that as a young child man, he did not learn from his dad, and a lot of things he wanted to learn that he didn't get the opportunity to learn. And so it was like at the dad's funeral, the stepsons got up to brag about how they took this career path because of this particular man, how they are successful because of this particular man. When when the deceased person's son, biological son, was sitting there and did not have those life skills because he was not accepted into the his father's life.
Wow.
And so, there's just some deep hurt and some issues. And then there are a lot of blended families. Some people are good with blended families. They all get in one house and they love on each other. And I think when it comes down to kids, children don't know. Children have learned behaviors. And a lot
Right.
of times in blended families, You have children that disliking one another because they have heard adults talking.
That's true.
Children come innocent, and children when they're poisoned by adults gossip, and
That's true.
so and
That's
so
how
a
they
lot
learn
of
racism. They hear the other people talking.
yes, and so a lot of the issues when it comes down to small children being raised in a blended family is from some grown folks talking around children
Yeah.
when they should not.
Yes, that's true. We have a guest backstage. We're going to bring her up, Official Jamia. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts. You are now on the panel. Jamia, your mic is muted. Okay, there you go. Good morning, Charming. That has just come into the building. Brandon B. It's 6:13. So I don't know if it's today Thursday. I don't think you have 8 o'clock this morning, but you still need to be getting some shut out, okay? But I'm glad you're here. Love you. All right. Come on, official Jamie. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning,
Good
chat.
morning.
I have two perspectives on the blended family. One, I am one of six girls. My dad had six girls altogether. Three with my mom, and then three that are from other mothers.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually started off a little bumpy because of the manner of how the girls all came together, but now we're like really super tight. And our father passed away in August of last year from COVID,
Mm.
and so it brought us closer together, and even more so. Um, so that I I actually really enjoy having all these sisters. It's
Yeah.
crazy. We don't have any brothers that we know of, but it's it's always
Oh,
a
it's just all
possibility.
girls.
It's all girls.
Okay.
And then I have a bonus daughter
Oh,
um
wow.
who is in her 20s, late
Mhm.
20s. I can never remember her age cuz I'm in denial cuz she's so I'm like, you can't be this old because I'm only 48 and you can't be almost 30. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. So with her, the situation was a little different because when I met my husband, she was about 2 years old,
Hmm.
and he was kind of rocky and iffy on if it was his biological daughter.
Yeah.
But because her mother was a little bit out there, he just kind of attached himself to the baby because he wanted to make sure that she at least had one stable parent
Right.
in his life. And then when I was pregnant with my son, I said to my husband, like, I'm um very forward about situations. I don't like to sugarcoat anything, and I
Right.
don't want my kids growing up thinking, this is their blood sister, and
Mhm.
if it's not. So we
Right.
had a DNA test done to find out when she was around 13 years old, and we found out that my husband was in fact not her biological father.
Oh, wow.
So we made a decision though, because her mother was still kind of out there, to stay in her life regardless and
Mhm.
be the stable parents that she needed.
Okay.
And her mother, the first thing her mother said to us when we told her that we knew that that wasn't his child, she said, "Well, I just picked you because I knew you would be a good dad."
Oh,
And
wow.
her next statement is, "Do you guys want to adopt her or what?"
Are you serious?
Girl, I was like, "You are really trash." But
Yeah.
oh,
Did
so
she have
then
other kids?
she has a total of five, yeah, five kids.
Oh, wow.
And Whitney is the oldest. And it was just so bizarre. And then when she was 18, because we decided to wait to
Mm.
and tell her, the situation. But when she was 18, her mother and her had a fight, and she called my husband, and she was like, "I don't know why you calling him. That's not your father
Oh,
anyway."
wow.
And so it took it just took a toll on her. She was very confused and so we finally, after a lot of years of going back and forth, we finally just told her, listen, um, biologically you're not his child, but
Mm.
you'll always be our child regardless.
Right.
And even after he passed, I'm still in contact with her.
That's
I
good.
will I will actually see her this weekend for my daughter's 16th birthday,
Okay.
and she stays pretty active in the kid's life. And I just always wanted to be that stability that she knows, even when her mom is giving her trouble, even at this
Right.
age.
Right.
So the basic thing that I can say to anybody is it's a child,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to show children, even if they're not your blood, how the way to be and how
You
to
do.
grow and show them love, because that's all people want, is to be loved. And
That's all. And that
yeah,
goes a long way. That goes a long way.
it really does. It really does. So I'm so thankful for my bonus child, and I love her. She's goofy as we are, so I love it. And I'm sure there'll be lots of pictures and videos up from this.
Okay.
We are a goofy family, so if you're not goofy, you ain't gonna want to hang out with us because we're very goofy. So I am sure that there'll be pictures and videos of my daughter, who most of you know as Dark and Lovely,
Hmm.
um, of her birthday shenanigans this weekend. But God
We
bless
see.
everybody in the chat and then on the panel. Thank you for having me.
I thank you for coming up. I really appreciate you. Okay, we have Rico Lewis in the building. Sweet Ree is in the building. Let's see, anyone that's coming. Mad Dog No Good. What's up, girl? Okay, you just heard Official Jania on the panel, giving insight on the personal experience of having a bonus daughter and showing that child love and love. That type of love goes a long way, especially finding out that it was not her husband's biological daughter and still wanting her to be a part. That goes a long way. You know, children grow up and they think about really how you weren't obligated to them, but you chose to be in their life. So that goes a long way. Do we have anyone else that would like to come up on the panel? Today, our topic is blended families. So if you want to come up and talk about, if you have some experience about being a part of a blended family or know of some instances where, blended family, the family found a way to make it work. The panel is open. Let me go ahead and put the link up again. Or if you just want to stop by and say, good morning, I've had my coffee and my donuts, that's fine too. Or just drop by to say, good morning, happy Thursday, everybody. We have someone Mary's Life Journey to the stream. There you go. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts. You are now loud, live, and in color. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Morning.
morning, Lexus
Good
Ice.
morning. Good morning.
My experience with being in a blended family, my oldest sister um, she had a different father, and she found out that she had a different father. It was really late in life. I think she was probably about, I would say, about 13. And at that point, when she found out, it changed the dynamics in our home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Um, I think it's important to be, upfront with the
Hmm.
child from the beginning when you find out,
Yeah.
because it does it affects the person. And my dad, he never showed any difference in us.
Hmm.
He had When he met my mom, she was a baby. So he took it
Yeah.
on, and most guys won't do that nowadays either.
Most guys.
Um, he raised her, as his own. He never showed any difference. Holidays, Christmas, birthdays, nothing. We all celebrated and done all things together and stuff. But, when she found out at that point, to her, she would start, in
Yeah.
her mind, she would feel like if a discipline came up that she was being treated different and
Oh
things
wow.
like that. So it kind of changed the dynamics. It leveled out,
Hmm.
um it took a minute to level out, but it did finally level out and stuff because everything still remained the same. And I thank my dad for that to this day. That he never showed any, difference or anything. And she was able to meet her dad and see the truth of of her dad and stuff. And I think that's where the level out came because she seen that, hey, wow, this guy is like no good,
Oh
and
wow.
stuff, and a lot of letdowns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she finally seen, why I guess my mom kind of kept it from her for
So he
such a
never
long
showed up
time.
for her at all for anything.
Pardon me.
So he never showed up for anything for her.
No, he never showed up for anything, and he made promises to her and did not fulfill it. And that's one thing when you tell a child you're going to do something,
They look forward to that. They look
and
forward to
if
it.
you don't do it, they are looking at
Yeah.
it and they're judging. So it was
Hmm.
some big promises made and they were never fulfilled.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
have a question for Mary's life journey.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when your sister realized that your father was not her biological father, and you said the dynamics changed, did that kind of hurt your father to see how the dynamics changed? To know that he had been there for her, but then now she's kind of standoffish. Did that affect him, or did he ever talk about how he felt about her behavior?
He never talked about it, but I don't think it changed with him. And he just, stuck to what he regularly done. He knew in his heart that he had, done something good. And,
Uh,
I don't think it changed him because everything on his end remained the same. Believe it. Our discipline, family vacations, just everything remained the same on his part. He, if he had some animosity there, maybe that's some him and my mom talked about and stuff, but it was never talked about in front of me and my
okay.
sister.
Okay.
hmm So yeah, and you do have to be careful what you say in front of kids and
Hmm.
stuff like
Oh
that.
yes, of course, of course.
Because like you said, it is all learned behavior, and kids hear and they judge, they do.
Yes.
So yeah. So that's my
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, thank you, Mary's Life Journey, for sharing your experience with us. We really appreciate you for coming on the panel.
thank you guys. You have a wonderful day.
You see, you're not leaving. You're going to be in the comments, right? You're not leaving.
Yes, I'll be in the comments.
Okay, all right. We have Charming backstage. I'm going to bring her up. Good morning, Charming. You are now on
Good
the panel
morning.
for coffee and donuts. How are you this morning? Let me invite some few. Say good morning to a few people.
Um,
Good
I'm
morning,
probably having a bit.
Curtis E. Wait, give me just a minute. Let me have to welcome my guest in. Good morning, Curtis E. She said I just watched the celebration from last night. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It was chopped and screwed all the way around, but I hope you enjoyed it. Did someone say Mama T Speaks is in the building? Okay. Uh, boys are capping.
Yeah,
Good
she's in the building.
Good morning. Good morning, praying couple cooking series. How are you? I'm trying to see that Mama T come in. Good morning, Annabelle. How are you, Annabelle? Good morning.
Yes, Mama T is in the building.
Good morning, Mama T. How are you, Mama T? Mama T speaks. Okay, I think I've got everybody in. Okay, Charmy. Good morning. How are you? The topic is
Good
blended
morning.
families. Um, the panel is now open. You
Yeah,
have the floor.
I was just calling to say hello and how are you doing? And I love your morning. I try to catch it. I'm at work. I try to catch you in the morning now.
Oh, okay. Well, thank
I'm
you
not
so
home.
much. I really, well, we really appreciate you. You're here every
Yes,
day
ma'am.
almost.
Yeah, I try to get in. Like I get to a stopping point at work and I try to catch you. Right now, I'm
Oh,
walking into my building.
oh,
uh,
okay.
but before, well, home with COVID, but now I'm better. So,
Oh, well, thank
um,
God you're better. Thank
yeah,
God.
I love you guys. I love you.
We love
You're
you
one of my
right
first.
back. We love
You're
you
one of
right
my
back.
first supporters
Oh,
when I started my
wow.
channel.
Well, that
Yes, you
means
are.
a
I
lot.
appreciate you
Thank you
guys.
so much. Oh,
I
wow.
appreciate you, and just want to let you know that.
Well,
And I loved your video last night.
thank you
You
so
had me
much.
crying.
Really? Oh my
Yes,
God. Okay. And
I
just
loved
think
it, the whole thing.
I wasn't even gonna upload that video. It took 3 days for me to just say, just go ahead and upload it. So thank you so
I
much.
enjoyed it, and I thank you for blessing me by being one of my first supporters.
Oh,
And yeah, I love it. I appreciate your channel a lot,
well, thank you so much.
a
Thank
lot.
you for coming up on the panel and have a blessed day at work.
I will. I got to get back.
Okay, all
Thank
right.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, you all that have just come in, you are tuned into Coffee and Donuts with Miss T and Lexus Ice. The topic for today is blended families. And the panel is always open. Let me make sure that the 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 link is available to everyone that wants to come up on the panel to share your experience as a blended family, or if you have any type of insight at all on being a blended family. That was sweet, wasn't no fish J. That just done something to me. That made my day. That made my day. I'm so serious. It really did. Um let's see. That got me shook all up. Did somebody say comedian Michael Allen was in the building?
He's in the building.
Where I cannot see him. Oh, okay, I see him. Good morning, cook with comedian Mike Allen. See, this is your topic, and where you at? Where you at, Mike? Hit that link, Mike. Hit the link. So listen, I hope you all have had the opportunity to go ahead and watch our celebratory video that dropped on yesterday. Well, last night, actually about 6:30. So if you have not had a chance to watch that video, please do so. Also, in that video, we have 16 people in the building. I want you all to celebrate with us. In that video, you will see that I asked everyone to build a Dagwood sandwich and to drink a calypso, and just tell us, about a situation in your life where you feel that you overcame a milestone. And I want you all to celebrate with us. Get in there, build a Dagwood. If you don't know what a Dagwood is, the video explains everything. And so I really want you all to, we celebrate. We have a party almost, building a sandwich, drinking a drink. Get in there and have fun with it. I want to see you all build a Dagwood. And a Dagwood is just, y'all remember that comic from back in the day? Blonde is where this guy Dagwood, that was his name. And he would build this tall sandwich using white sliced bread. And sometimes he'd have all types of stuff on this sandwich. It was tall. And so that's where the inspiration came from that, that comic strip, Blondie. He would build these tall sandwiches. So the only thing we had on ours was like roast beef, ham, turkey, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, stuff like that. It's basically like a cold cut sandwich, but it's tall. It's built tall with like 3 or 4 slices of bread. You just, build a sandwich and make it tall. You don't have to eat the entire sandwich, but just, get in there and have fun with it. Okay, we have someone that want to come up. Okay, here's Michael.
Good morning, good morning, good
Michael.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lexus and
Good
Ted.
morning.
How are
Good
you all
morning.
doing this morning?
I
We're
am doing
good.
very well this morning. Yes.
And good morning to everybody in the chat. I want to say this. See, I remember the Dagwood sandwich because I remember watching Dagwood and Blondie,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I remember those sandwiches, and those were some big, gigantic sandwiches, and I've eaten quite a few of them just doing them. That's I love me. I love to eat.
I know. And don't
What up,
gain
boy?
no
Stop capping.
pounds.
Yes. And look, I want to answer one of the questions too of what in your video, what have you overcame? I overcame the need to get even,
Okay.
the need to have the last word, the pettiness of getting even. And I think that is something for me personally that I had a wisdom Wednesday yesterday, and it was just so deep. And a lot of time I always say I don't know who I'm talking to, and most of
Mm-hmm.
the time I'll be talking to myself.
Yeah. What you say, Mike?
I say, sometimes I be like, oh, I don't know who I'm talking
Be
to
for
right
you.
now. And then I say, you know what? Really, I be talking to myself.
You brought your own message to yourself, huh?
Sometimes you have to
Self-care.
minister and encourage yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. My mom said she was waiting on you this morning, Mike.
I love me some Miss Diane. I love me some Miss Diane. Miss Diane trying to make me into a preacher.
Yes. When,
Yes.
when she get through with Mike, she gonna have you in the pulpit. I'm telling you, with the
Look,
curtain calling all.
I'm gonna be one of those old cussing pastors. See, I slip every now and then. So my congregation be to scolding me and set me down in the church.
Ooh, they would say Mike, they'll cuss and preach. Look,
We
he'll
can pray
pray for
for
you.
you
He'll
and
pray
cuss
for
you
you
out at the
and
same
cuss
time.
you out and drag you in a little while.
You know what? I'm a work in
We
progress.
all are. We all are. We all are. Yeah. Good. I don't know if I spoke to Sweet Ree, but good morning, Sweet Ree. Praying couple cooking series, Miss Bling and DJ Vince. Good morning. Good morning. Sweet Ree said, I'm listening now. Just got to work. Stay safe. Have a blessed day. You have a terrific Thursday as well, Sweet Ree. Mom said you better
Yes.
not. T Blair
I'm lo-
cooking. Good morning.
I'm loving the praying couple as well.
Hmm.
I love their channel.
Yes, yes, yes. Good people. Good people. Very good people. But stop capping. The panel is open if you want to come up. Okay, so the topic today is blended families. So Mike, let me say this before we get started. So are we gonna see you do the Dagwood, build a Dagwood?
You know what? The reason why you know what? I might have to build one of subways because my refrigerator went out yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't catch that. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
that was all on it. So I ain't building nothing. I'm building a new refrigerator. That's what I'm
Oh
gonna build.
wow. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and you know what? God is so good because I was just gonna go grocery shopping with my mama,
Oh wow.
and I changed my mind. And I said, "Well, no, I'll go the next day." See, I would have had all that food,
You go
and
wait. That's right.
you know what I'm saying. And I'm at the end, so it's not much in there that can be wasted. So I think
Yeah.
I'm glad about that. So
Yeah.
glad about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad about that. Um, I do. I'm glad that you're talking about the blended family topic. That's the topic,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's the topic.
I'll say this. I haven't heard what anybody said because I had just woke up and, I turned over and see if you guys are still on. I think blended family works better sometimes for daughters than they do sons.
Mhm.
And the reason I say that is because I'm the only son.
Mhm.
So, even though my mother and father, my father was in the household until I probably was about 10 or 11.
Mhm.
And when they separated, he has never not been a part of my life, but there were other men.
Yeah.
And I guess being the only boy and being named after my mother, no man was good enough for my mama.
Oh wow.
And I had, I was respectful, but I was that son where don't say nothing to me. If you got a problem with me, present it to her and let her present it to me, but you don't do that.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of times where it was heated, and especially as I became a teenager, 17, 18, and you dealing with her, you're not dealing with me.
Oh wow.
Uh,
You let them know like don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. You just talk to my mom. You hear from
yeah,
my
you
mama, not
present
me.
it to her, and if let her present it to me. So you and I don't even have to have that
Oh
dialogue.
wow.
And a lot of times it came to the head, and I was one of them fighting sons. I'd flip you and put you out the house.
Are you serious, Mike?
Yeah, yes, I was. I just have to be honest. I was that way, but I was respectful.
Right.
Um, I'll go even a little further. I remember my mother. See, women are different than what they were back in the day. Now,
Mhm.
back in the day, you had to pay for the man. If you wanted to take my mom out, you had to pay for a babysitter. You had to buy some McDonald's or Burger King. You had to give us a couple of dollars. You had to hope. You had to hope we liked you,
Yeah.
and then maybe my mama would have went out on a date with you. Now all it takes is some White Castles and a compliment,
Oh, not the White Castle, Mike.
and they'll leave the baby at home by themselves and go. I mean, I'm just saying some of them. The standards are lower. A lot of women are putting men before their babies. My
That's
mama.
true.
My mama told the guy one time. She said, "Look, the only pimps I got is my kids. Them the only ones that can pimp me. Nothing comes before my children."
That's
And I
right.
don't.
Nothing.
And I don't think a
Nobody.
lot of women do that. Yeah, it is. It is really. My mother was going with this one guy. And my baby sister had forgot her keys over my cousin's house when she had spent the night. And the guy, now you came into a household and the guy was checking my baby sister like, you don't be losing. I say, hold up.
Uh-oh.
How you checking her about some keys to her mama's house?
Mm, mm, mm,
And
mm.
we went toe to toe, and I was like, you know what? I will cling to you like Reynolds wrap, and I won't let go. And my mother, my mother come out the bathroom and she said, "Well," he said, "I'm this little MF ain't gonna be disrespecting me." And my mother said to him, "Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Michael got to deal with you because I choose to have you here,
Mm,
but you ain't
mm.
got to deal with Michael."
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And and he turned around and he walked on out. And I had a little smirk on my face. I know I did, but I just think nobody's good enough for my mother. My mother has been now with the one she's with for 34 years.
Oh wow.
She's still married to my daddy though. They just won't get a divorce, but they've been together 34 years and
Hmm.
I still do not like him.
Are you serious?
I will be I will be courteous and say how you doing,
Mm.
but just over the years and what has transpired, it's just they're not, I say this and I always used to tell them this, you better hope my mama outlive you.
Wow.
Because soon as that machine go do, I'm be like, even before I get my crowd, I'm be like, so where you want us to send your clothes?
I look. Well, they're
What
not married, so he really has no, yeah.
exactly? And
Yeah.
and people are like, oh, that's so cold hearted. It's just that I'm not faking phony like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish nothing, and I exaggerate by but I would not have any more dealings with them whatsoever.
Right. You just being respectful because he's with your mom. But other than that, that's the only
Yes.
connection y'all have. So
That's the only connection whatsoever. And
mhm.
that is just me being honest and real.
Right.
And And I go over there now, and if he's there, I'll say, "How you doing?" That's all I'll do.
Oh
Now
wow.
my sisters and them will uh, call him daddy, but
Are you serious? But
and
it's
when,
been 34 years. So
yeah. And so look, but no, I remember him and my mama getting into it one time, and he hit her. This was
wow.
years ago,
Uh-huh.
and I never forget that. Yes, I forgive it, but I'm like, she been whooping me, and she still knocked me upside my head, and I can't get her back. So I'd be
Yeah.
darned if somebody else hit her.
I know that's for real.
You have a choice to leave. This gonna be my mama till I take my last breath.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I don't know if it's because I'm the son and that violation.
Mm,
Um, so that made me stand back and standoffish. I don't wish no harm, hurt on them, but I just don't wish them in my life.
right. Right. I understand. We have Kara, the girl miniature mukbang in the building. MLW Fishing Man in the building. Life with ANC is in the building. Stephanie's Craft and Creations is in the building. And I saw Rico Lewis early. I don't know if I mentioned his name, but good morning, Rico. I have to try to keep up with these comments. So y'all are listening to Coffee and Donuts. Right now we have comedian Michael Allen on the platform, and the topic is blended family. So the panel is always open. So Mike, you said I don't think you now just speak to him and throw your hand on, hey, how you doing? Mama, what's
And,
good with you?
and then I'll also say this, that me being single, I would prefer to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't have kids.
Oh wow. Now break that down to me. Why? Why is that?
Because I know me, and um, if they have kids, they have to be grown already.
Okay.
It would
Why?
have to be it would have to be grown kids already. Not that I don't love children. I was going to the store one day, and the person said, "Hey, Unc." I said, "Don't call me Unc." I said, "Because I got a whole lot of nieces and nephews, and I don't like half of them.
Oh Mike.
I, I don't need no extra ones." Uh, I think that it brings a lot of, trust me, I love children, but for me, you got to know what you willing to tolerate and what you're not, and
Well,
there's nothing
that's
wrong.
true. And
There's
everyone
nothing
has
wrong
their
with saying,
preference. Yeah.
right. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, this is what I want." Like some people like people taller, some people like people shorter.
Yeah.
It's just a preference. It's not that I don't like children.
Hmm.
I love children. I have so many in my family, and even all my cousins and them everybody call me uncle. I told my mama, if I die before you, please don't let everybody call me Uncle Mike Mike. I said, please don't let them put Uncle Mike Mike on my obituary. But it's about, I think that we are not realistic. We love somebody, so you have people that will so in love with the person, knowing that you really don't like kids too much, and you don't, and you get into that situation, and then you're unhappy because you're not
Right.
being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with saying, "Look, this is what I want," or "This is what I would prefer to have." Now, you can't control who you fall in love with,
That's
and if
true.
that's the case, if the love outweighs that, then my mother had one friend that I still call him daddy to the day he died, and he was my stepfather. So it
Okay.
does work.
Hmm.
It can work, but it depends on it's a lot of factors. It's not just one thing that will make it work. Uh, uh, you know, um, it's a lot of blended families that the daughters is never gonna like anybody that they dad, no woman they daddy get with.
You know what? Now we have this little joke thing. In our family, my mom and dad have been married. Uh, oh my, how many years, Lex? Lexus Ice.
Is it 47?
Okay,
47.
47 years. Okay, and we have always said, if mom, passed away, God forbid, but we
Uh-huh.
always have said, Daddy cannot bring another woman in the house. That's our house. We're heir to the property. They have to find somewhere else to live because she could not come in the
Exactly.
house. And we laugh and joke about that, but I don't think I ever accept anybody that my dad bring or my mom. They
Well,
want
you
to
know,
find
Exactly.
somewhere else to go to. It's just, that's all we know, mom and dad. So I don't think I accept anybody. Either
well,
one of them have. And I just feel that way. They may be, good people, church, good hearted
right.
person, but I don't think I ever accept anybody else.
Well, my grandmother and grandpa, the house that my mother's in, my great grandmother came over from all of my family's from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my family reunion's at. Well, she bought that house in 1930,
Mm-hmm.
and then she bought another big house, and she gave the house to my grandmother. And my grandmother was with my grandfather, who they never got married, but they were together 27 years.
Oh, wow.
And my grandmother died, and my grandfather was there, and he could not ever bring another woman in that
I
house.
know
It was
that's real.
you get what I'm saying? And it wasn't that anybody asked him to move, but that was a house that was the women in my family. That was a house. So I could never see me going in there and another woman sitting where my grandmother sat.
I know that's
Or
real. Yeah. Yeah.
and so
I understand that.
he chose to leave because he knew that he could not bring one, and there was no hatred or none of us saying that. And as well as my mother, being with this man as long as he did, I wouldn't want to stay anywhere where it's a family house, it's a family home
Right.
that
That's
has
right.
been passed down from generation to
And
generation.
you should feel a certain way, want to come up in there, take down her pictures and rearrange stuff, and
You think I would walk in a house that been in my family since 1930? That's what, 92, 93 years. And my great grandmama urn is in there. My
mm,
grandmama's picture. I wish a Negro would.
everybody you wish you would.
In that house.
In that
You
house,
know,
I
yeah.
understand. I really do. I understand that. Going if you want to get remarried, y'all got to start over from scratch. You're not coming in my mama's house or my dad's house. Think you're gonna walk into some free property and stuff. No, you go and start over.
Now I will go into my mama's house and give her boyfriend the respect
Mm-hmm.
of that house as her man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what's so funny? My daddy, who never says anything, and he's so nice and polite, and him and my mom have been legally married for 57 years.
Oh, wow.
Um, I remember us being over there one day, and my mother boyfriend, who's not really he he's from down south. He don't really conversate too much with folk. It's like night and day. And we were all talking, and I remember my mother boyfriend said, "Y'all calm down there."
What?
And my daddy said, "Hold up, she's still my wife."
Oh,
We all fell out laughing. I said, "My daddy don't usually say nothing, but that was so funny." But I do believe blended families can work. For
yeah.
me, it just didn't work for me. It did not
Yeah.
work for me because I think unless the person that's coming into a blended family knows how to ease their way in. It's a certain way you ease into it. You don't
Right.
just jump in there and say, "Okay, this is a new way that we're gonna do some things." That's not how it happened. It depends on the children. Like, when my mama said you got kids that was coming into teenagers and some that
Right.
were teenagers. You can't come in there with all of that because we would have got together and whooped on your butt.
I know that's for real.
So I think, but then I thank God to have a mother so strong and let us know that we were first. We came
Right.
first no matter what.
Right. Right. And that's the beauty of it. I think from the outside looking in, a blended family, the mom, like you said, so many women put men first. The children, they depend on you, so you have to put them first.
Yeah.
The men come and go, but your children will always be there. And you don't want them
You know,
growing up thinking you put a man needs before theirs, or you love a
right.
man, more than you love them. You know.
We had a big topic, and I talked about this on my channel, and I asked people because I know how it was in my household, even with my grandmother now. do you feed your husband first or your children
Oh
first?
wow. You know.
And it was really amazing at the different thing. You know, you had some people say, "My husband, because he's the king of the house and
Oh wow.
he provide the bills." And I grew up in a household where the kids ate first, no matter what.
Mhm.
Um, Not to say one is wrong over the other,
Mhm.
but me personally, I believe that the children need to be ate first, and adults come at,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and adults come after that because you know what I'm saying. You get them children. We were always sat down and fed first. Our plate was. I don't care if the man had just did 24 hours at work slanging cement.
Okay.
We
Mm-hmm.
still ate first.
Exactly.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, I gotta go to work, but I want to say something. Michael, that is so true. I can never remember a time my dad fixing a place to eat before we
Yeah.
sit down and we ate. And even right today in our adult lives, if
Right.
we go over to our parents' house, my dad is going to make sure everybody get a plate before he eats. That's even, with holidays. He's making sure turkey is cut, ham is cut. He
Mhm.
is not going to sit down until everyone has sat down. And I mean, that's just something, my dad would have never fixed a plate growing up without us eating first.
And we
Exactly.
always had plenty of food, but it was just y'all go ahead and eat. Go ahead. You know,
Exactly, exactly. I always
it,
had
it,
plenty of food.
it has always been like that. So, and like Carter's eat saying now, she said adults can't provide for themselves. And that's true
So
because children depend on you.
So what do you guys think about the women that says no, my husband is the king of the house and he provides and he needs to be nourished so he can go out and make that money and pay them bills because he's the provider. So he needs to eat first.
Well, he can eat after my kids eat because my kids depend on me. And especially if it's not their biological dad, and
Like,
I've never
yeah.
had to deal with it. But I do know that my children come first. My children come first, and they're going to eat. And he can sit down. All of us can sit down and eat together. But my children is no such thing. Wait till he eat. No, you're not. Let's sit down together. I'm not fixing. I'm not fixing your plate. My children gonna eat too. It's all equal around this table. We all gonna eat. But it's no such thing as fix your plate first and you the king. You may be the king, I'm the queen, and we gonna provide for these kids and all of us gonna eat. But it's no such thing as make sure the king get his plate first. No. Mm-mm.
Now with my grandmother, who my grandfather owns a construction business, and she always had him a plate to the side in the oven. But it wasn't like
If he
we
came in,
couldn't.
if he came in late from work, that's you always put a plate to the side. Come in late after we done, I have
But no,
already eaten. Go ahead.
I've known families where they could not even eat until the husband got home.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
And
Mm.
I was like, wow. I said, so if y'all just hungry, what do y'all do?
Mm-mm. Mm. You
What
know,
do y'all do?
I just thought about something. My friend, I helped her like she had a stroke. And a lot of times I take her food over. If I don't take it, my mom will take it over. And a lot
Right.
of times my husband work late. She'll call and say, "What you cook?" And and want me to bring her a plate. I said, okay. And I thought about it. I'll fix her food and take her a plate. And I said, I ain't even fix my husband no plate. I fixed you a plate before I fix my husband. But we always have plenty. But I just thought about I fed you before I fed my husband. But we have plenty. But I don't see anything wrong if your husband is working late. You want to make sure he got something to eat when he come home. Because sometimes children to go back. I know my son Brandon will, and I'm like, Brandon, I thought everybody had ate. So
Right, right.
it's okay to fix a plate and put it back to make sure he gets something, but not put him before the kids. And I read this comment. Coco said, let me go back up.
Any man.
I can't even find. Go ahead, Michael, because I can't
It
even
said
find it.
any man demands to eat before the kids is selfish. Says a lot about that man.
Yeah, it does. You want to take food from kids that can't go out and get anything they only have what you provide for them, and you a grown man and you go and come and you can get your own food. Why would you want to eat for the kids? You want to make sure that they have something because you can go out and get something, and that is selfish, very
You know
selfish.
what? I think because I grew up in a family where food was never a issue.
Oh, we had too much food, Mike.
Yeah, and so I'll even say this now. I'll even say this now that if I cook something and I take my mother a plate, I wouldn't be that selfish not to put enough on there
Mm,
for the
mm,
boyfriend and my niece that I know that's there with her. That that would be really really petty if I took something over there just enough for her to eat.
yeah,
That.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna be blessed that way. So when I do, maybe I don't interact with him as much as I people would expect me to. Them being together 34 years, we just don't click like that.
Hmm.
And but I will. When I take her something over there, it's enough for all three of them to eat something up more than enough.
Yeah, that's right, Michael. That's right. My friend, she has two brothers that stay there and an uncle, and that is their property. And for holidays and stuff, my mama fix a big meal and take enough for all of them. But she really can't get to this. She's learning now how to be mobile and things like that. But when I take place, I just take enough for her because they can get around and get food for themselves. But like for Christmas, Thanksgiving and stuff like that, my mama, whatever we have, she'll fix enough and take it over there to them. And they don't. A lot of times they don't even know she coming. She just y'all come out and get the food. I fixed y'all some Christmas. I fixed y'all something for Thanksgiving. They be they're so appreciative. But I just feel like you know I ain't taking nothing for them. Because
Right,
they're able bodied, but she, can
right.
get around. So I just take her a plate. Now, when she had her kids, the state has them now, but when her kids were there, I would take, enough for all of them because they're kids and couldn't get, the food and stuff, but I would take something for all of them. So what time is it? 7. I don't want to. Did anybody else come in, Mike, that you can see here for the tea?
Yeah, here for the
Good
tears in
morning,
here
Miss
is in the
Green.
building. Your
Miss Green
mama, I
came in,
like what your mama said. Your mama say, "Amen." Your father loves y'all. He needs to turn y'all loose
but
now, but
he
he
won't.
won't.
Well, she say that all the time because, like Alexa said here, like for this past New Year, he do it all the time. He up making sure all the food. You know how you have like a buffet spread, and we have two long tables set up, and whatever food is at one table is at the other tables down the middle. You know how like on Soul Food, how everybody's sitting there and stuff.
Right.
That's how it is at our house. And our family has expanded now. And my dad, what else y'all need before I sit down? He'll go get the drinks. He'll go, make sure we need some hot sauce. We need some ketchup, and he'll make sure everything is there before he sit down and eat. He said, "Look now, I'm gonna sit down and get me something to eat too. What y'all need?" And he does. That's how he is. Even growing up, his mom said, "Come on and eat. And y'all go ahead, go on and eat. I'm coming. I'm coming." And that's just the way he is.
You know, I get so mad at my dad. My daddy is, I think, 77. And my dad, all of my sisters are married. I'm the only single one, right?
Hmm.
He will go and cut every last one of their grasses. Don't,
What?
don't come. He don't cut my grass. He'll go to the Eastern Market here, and the Eastern Market is where all the farmers come, and everything is fresh. Like you can buy live chickens and watermelon. I mean,
Oh
everything fresh.
wow.
He'll drop off watermelons and squash to each one of them, and I'm
Mm,
like, Daddy, where's my watermelon and squash?
oh wow.
Um, and he go, boy, he comes at me, and I sit and look and go, wow, I would love for you to come cut my grass. And they always want to put that to me being spoiled. But I
Yeah.
feel like they got husbands to cut their grass.
Wow.
Why are you
That's
still
something.
going to cut their grass? And they got children.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's what he wants to do, Mike. Those the girls, and my dad do that. I remember back in the day before I got married, my dad would come over just to change the light bulbs and stuff like that, you know. And I mean, just simple stuff. Him and my mom would come over. And I said, Dad, that light bulb went out. He'd get up there, change the light bulb. Just all types of stuff. Even all of us married now, he still do stuff for us. Always have. Just, you know, and like mom said, when you gonna turn them girls loose? When you gonna turn them loose? No, he ain't got to turn us loose. Like what Aunt C says, it
Well, you
sounds
know
like there
what?
isn't enough food when people say let the kids or the man eat first. Why not sit down and eat together? That's right. Everybody just sit down and eat together.
You know what? Well, I'll say that my sisters, I really think there is a big difference between fathers and daughters and mothers and sons because, I was young when I first started trying to clip my own toenails.
Mm-hmm.
I was so scared because I clipped a little bit of my skin and I
Oh
bled
wow.
a little bit. I bled a little bit, so I'm traumatized. And for the long, I mean, I can do it now, but for the longest, until I was in my late 30s, I would go to my mama house, sit there and take my socks off and put my feet up on her lap,
And
and my
clip
mo-
your toenail.
and my mother would clip my toenails, and they'd be like, "This is just ridiculous." She was like, "I know my baby." She was like, "My baby can't cut his toenails because I was traumatized for a long time
Oh wow.
about cutting my toenails, and it wasn't like I was putting no old funky feet up there,
Yeah.
but for her to cut my toenails for that long, I could go right now to my mother and say, "Mama, can you please cut my toenail?" And she would do it. And um, have you ever known a man to be jealous of the son? Have you ever seen that in any
A
relationship?
man be jealous of the son. No, I haven't seen it personally, but I can see where that can happen at. I can see how it could happen.
Yeah, because that has happened a lot. Some people say, "Oh, the bond is just unnatural," but you can't tell people how to love on one another.
I know it, especially a mother and a son.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
just can't.
he's a mama's boy. I know Brandon is a mama's boy. I don't care how many little girlfriends he FaceTime you with at school. Who is that? You know,
Yeah,
she got to get my approval first.
I saw. I went and looked at the video where it was you, your mama, your daddy, your husband, all, and I was moving him into his dorm.
Yeah.
And you was like, I gotta go clean his bathroom. Your mom was like, let him clean his own bathroom. You said, nope, it ain't gonna sit right with my mind if I don't do it. And I was laughing so hard, but it was so beautiful to see how all y'all as a family, your daddy taking stuff in, your husband
Yeah,
taking stuff
all of
out.
us. We were
Yeah, and it was just so
three
beautiful.
people.
But your mama said, let that boy clean his own bathroom. You said, it ain't gonna be right in my mind if I don't clean it.
Yeah. Because you know your children. And I want to make sure everything was right when I left. I made his bed up and everything.
Yeah.
Fold his clothes up, put them in the drawers. I was trying to organize myself. Brandon, now you see where I got this in, right? Mama, I got it. I got it. I'm like, okay. All right. And I call all the time. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? He's a mama's boy. So I understand that, that part of it.
And as a son, if you feel like a protector of your mother. When your father's not there, you feel like you're the protector. You feel like that. I was saying this in my video the other day. I was saying this in my video, and they were talking about pranks, doing pranks. And
Mm.
somebody said, you need to prank your mama. I said, first of all, my mama kill me if I prank her. She's
Ooh,
shooting me.
Mike.
And I was telling them this one story where something was smoking in the basement. It was only her and I at home. And I was sitting there eating a big bag of chips. And she was like, "Oh, Michael," she said, "something down this, go see what it is." I had to be about 17. And so I got up. I said, "Well, okay." So we both scared because and we had just the lady from Bingo had just her house blew up and she died in the house.
Uh,
So our mind is that had maybe happened a couple of weeks before this. So I'm thinking a house can blow up. So I'm scared, but she's standing at the top. So I go down the 4 steps and I turn the corner and I go down and I see it smoking, but it's not really bad. And
Mm-hmm.
so I blow the bag of chips up and I pop it and go, ah! When I say all I could hear was my mama feet running. And
What?
now I am dying laughing. I get upstairs. My mama is out the door across the street. Do you hear me?
Wow.
And I told her, I said, Mama, would you have just left me? Like she said, well, you would have been dead. I wouldn't nothing I could have did. And look, now mind you, I'm thinking she should have went down there because she had lived life. She had been married and had kids. I
Oh.
hadn't had none of that. So why would she not let me want to live a little longer to give it, But then I said, that's my mom and I would die for her. So, um, yeah, but I would jump in front of a plane. I would jump in front of a car. I'd jump in front of a bullet. I wouldn't even have to think twice.
Mm-hmm. I got a super chat. This is my second super chat. Thank
Okay,
you.
don't that
Here
feel
for
good?
T. I gotta come up with something cute. Everybody has these little cute things they do when people give super chat. So I gotta come up with something for that. Something cute and different. When I get a super chat.
That's a beautiful
Thank you,
thing.
T. Sister. Thank you.
Now, can I just shout out to official Jamia?
Yes.
I watched her and her daughter. I watched them eat
Oh yeah.
they ate that Mexican, the burrilla, the
Uh
taco burrilla.
huh.
Oh
That's
my
something
God,
I
they
want to make a burrito.
in
I
the
really do.
corn. They made me want some. I watched them eat
Yeah. Yeah.
the taco. That little puppy, that little dog. If y'all don't start fixing him a plate himself, cause he be all up in it and he be looking, and I'm like, wow. So I watched several of their videos yesterday,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the daughter. Um, the daughter, every time the daughter took a bite, she said, let me go on Instagram. I said, who was she telling on Instagram how good this food is? But they really made me want to try theirs. We say, I'm in Detroit and it's Mexican trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
And but it's nothing like cow. I don't think a lot of people know that the cow tongue is the best taco ever.
Wow. Wow.
That meat they use is cow tongue,
Oh,
and that's the
really?
best. Yeah, that's the best part.
They say the cow tongue is real tender. Rico Bizarre Foods. Are you familiar with him, Mike? Rico Bizarre Foods.
I heard of them, but I don't recall watching them.
Okay, he had a cow tongue. He cooked it and everything. He started, pulling it apart. He said it's so tender, but looked like it would be kind of tough, but it was tender when he cooked it.
My grandmother, who, she was from Canada. She cooked more northern food. My grandfather was from down south.
Mm.
So, I remember I walked in her house and I lift the pot and I seen a big tongue that looked like mine.
Ooh, wee.
I said, oh my God. And she said, oh, I said, what is that? She said, that's cow. It's good. And I would not eat it. I
Mm,
would not eat it. And
mm,
maybe a month or two later, she had fixed the sandwiches. She told me it was corned beef,
mm.
and I ate maybe two sandwiches. Two, and when I finished, she told me, "Oh, you talking about you don't like cow
Oh
tongue? That was
wow.
cow tongue."
Oh
And yeah, and so now that's why I can eat cow tongue because it was so delicious. I couldn't be
yeah.
mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times, even in life, we will not take a chance. We will not
Yeah.
do something. We judge things by the outer appearance on what it looks
Exactly.
like instead of, you missing out on some good things
That's
because
right.
you're not giving something a chance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got to stop judging things and give it a chance. Sit
At least
down.
try it one time, and then you can say, "Well, no, I
Yeah,
tried it, but I didn't like it." Instead of frog leg, nope,
right.
Mr. Frog leg. No, frog legs are delicious, especially if you prepare them right. Uh,
You have to sit, even when it comes to human beings, we can't just look at them and write them off. Sit down, get to know them.
right. You're right. You can't just judge a person from the outer appearance or even from what you have heard about them, their experience with somebody else. You have to get to know a person for yourself and build a relationship, from how they treat you. Now, I the relationship
Exactly.
they had with somebody else because you don't know what type of relationship that was. Get to know people for yourself. Sometimes people build relationships and you never would have thought that you and that person would be such good friends. Life is just funny like that. So get to know a person for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. But a lot of people want to be in relationships just to say they in one. See,
Mm.
we got to get that confused. I mean, some people get that confused.
You mean
You know,
what type of relationship you talking about? Like dating or something like that?
and like if you dating to say, some people want to just be able to say they got
Oh,
somebody.
I'll be by myself before I just stoop to that level and say just because I got somebody.
Yeah,
It has to be
yeah.
a meaningful relationship. And I'm married now, and I would not get married just to say I got a husband. I wouldn't do that. I'd be happy and alone if the only reason I got married was to say I got married, I have a husband, you know, because it's a lot of responsibilities come along with relationships. So if you're not willing to put the work in, you just want to say I got somebody, I'm in a relationship. That's crazy.
Another thing I thought about, and I said, because I know some people that, I don't think I could be in a relationship that we did not sleep in the same bed unless it was medical. Other than that,
Yeah. Good morning,
I,
House of Entertainment. We stay entertaining.
yes, yes. I got to feel that person. I'm too, what's the word I'm looking for?
So, but that's a good thought, Mike. So you mean to tell me, are we talking about husband and wife or just relationships period?
Husband, wife, or anybody you in a relationship with.
So
If
you
you
mean to
guys
tell
are
me
living
that
together,
people are in relationships living in the same house
uh-huh,
and are sleeping in separate bedrooms?
that's an issue for me.
Me too. Why? I mean, if what type of medical condition could it be for you not to sleep in the bed with your partner?
Like if they got machines hooked up to them and they need that room,
Yeah, that's
I can
okay.
even look.
Okay.
I can even handle snoring.
Oh wow.
Because I know some people that say no, they snore too much. Um, yeah, touchy feely. I'm too. I'm too. Oh, it's another word I'm looking at. I'll get it. But it would have to be something so desperate that we would not be sleeping in the same room. But other than that, because I got to just touch, I got to feel you. And that is a part of, for me, a relationship.
Yeah. I can't even fathom the idea of me and my husband not sleeping in the same bed. I don't understand
Affectionate.
relationships
Thank you,
like that.
Coco.
It
Yeah, I'm too affectionate.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be something, to say good night and y'all walking into two different rooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love you, baby. Good night. No,
I just feel like even Annabelle said the breathing machine makes a lot of noise. I just feel like even if so,
I
you
can
have
handle that.
you learn to be accustomed to that. You know,
Yes.
you just have to learn to be accustomed to it. I'm gonna tell y'all something real personal. We are family. My husband snores. And I rubbed his back. I said, "Who you calling them hogs? You calling sheep?" I said, "You cranking up a whole motor or something?" And I said, "Change position, turn over on your back, or if you're on the back, lay on your side." You know, some things you just have to learn. That's your partner, and you have to learn how just adjust yourself. To the situation. Because I can't,
Right.
I can't not sleeping in the same. That's almost like the relationship. There's no love. It's almost like y'all just roommates if y'all not sleeping in the same bed.
Because it's not like waking up to the last thing you see at night is your baby face and waking
Yeah.
up in the morning and seeing your baby face. Now, this is an issue with me. If this is why I don't think people ask questions enough when they get with people.
Mm.
Because I have to ask people this. Do you can you sleep with the TV on? Because I can't sleep with it off.
Mm-hmm. Both of
So
us have
if
that in
that is the
common.
That is a big issue.
Yeah.
I had a friend. They was like, "Oh, could you turn the TV up?" I said, "Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
I will not be able." Even when I was younger, and my mama, and I could sleep with the fan all year round.
Yeah. Me too. I had air conditioner on.
Yeah. And so when my mama would come in there and turn the TV off or turn the fan off, I would
Mhm.
automatically wake up. So
Yeah.
where she had no choice but to leave it on. And so my TV is on the whole night. I can't sleep in dark. Now I'm not scared of the dark,
Mhm.
but I have to hear. It's like my mind goes to a million miles a minute anyway. My thoughts.
Yeah.
So if you turn that light out and I gotta lay there just with nothing on, now I can't go to sleep because I'm study thinking. I'm study thinking. I'm so creative. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. So I need that TV to block all that out
Yeah.
and fall asleep listening to somebody else's voice. A radio or even a light. I like the little light. I have to have it. And a lot of people,
Some
you have
form of
some,
like, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and you have some people that can't sleep if the TV's on. So imagine,
Mhm.
I have not been in a relationship with people because of that.
Wow. I know one pet peeve that I have, and me and my husband constantly bump heads with this all the time. I do not like walking in, okay, like our bedroom, we close the door. When I come out and go down, come into the other part of the house, I don't want a pitch black house. And I tell them, leave a light on somewhere.
Right.
I don't like a pitch black house, like that. I need to be able to see, you know. And we always bump heads. Now, leave a light on somewhere. I need some light flashing from somewhere. And he always does that. If he's the last one to go to bed, he'll turn every light in the house off, even the bathroom light. And I'm like, what's the purpose of that? Why do you keep doing it? Leave a light on somewhere.
But you know what will help you with that? The nightlight sockets. Where is he doing it because he's saving energy?
It's
Because
just he have always been like that. I don't know what's his purpose for that, but it aggravates me.
well,
I told him plenty of times, don't do it. Let me get a few announcements in, Mike.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you want us to give your channel a shout out, or if you want us to send you a birthday wish or someone that you love, please DM us on Instagram at WTF with the family Tabers. Every Wednesday is viewers choice topic. DM us your topic on Instagram, or you can just leave it in the comment section below. Each Friday we will highlight a different YouTube channel. Our happy mail address is PO Box 443, Indianola, Mississippi. That's INDIANOLA, Mississippi 38751. Also, if you have not had a chance to catch our celebratory video from yesterday, please go on over and watch that video. We reached a new milestone. We have over 1,000 subscribers now, and we are monetized. And our theme was Vinny, Vinny, Vicky. I came, I saw, I conquered. And we are kind of challenging all of our supporters to get in and celebrate with us by building a Dagwood sandwich and drinking a Calypso. The Calypsos can be found at any Walmart. I know Wiley World is nationwide, so you can get the Calypsos from Walmart. And a Dagwood is nothing more than a tall cold cut sandwich. You just use 3 or 4 different slices of white bread or whatever type of bread that you use and build it up tall. For more information, please go back and reference that video that we dropped on yesterday. And it's 17 people in the room. I would love to see all 17 get in and celebrate with us. We have worked hard to build the channel up. We've had people to help us along the way, but I feel we've reached our milestone. We're so happy and excited, for bigger and better things. And we would love for you all to celebrate with us. And while you are building your Dagwood, please tell us about a time in your life when you overcame milestones or you reached milestones where you can say, I came, I saw, I conquered. And all of us have reached milestones in our lives where we can celebrate once we have conquered the milestones. So we would love to see everyone get in and celebrate with us, and please be sure to tag us. It's no wrong way to build a Dagwood. There's no right and wrong way to do it. So I would love for all of you all to participate with us. Right now, we have on the panel comedian Michael Allen, and our topic is blended families. The panel is always open to anyone that would like to come um, and give your insight on the subject matter. Let me go ahead and post the link again.
Can I ask a question?
Always.
So you're saying you want us to join the celebration of you being monetized, and you want us to and you want us to do a Dagwood sandwich, and
Mhm.
why we're doing a Dagwood sandwich? You want us to let you know a time that we passed a gallstone.
That's why you're a comedian. A milestone, Mike. That's that
Oh, a
comic relief
milestone.
right there.
Oh, a milestone. I said, why does she want to know when we didn't pass the gallstone?
A
Oh, you said a
milestone.
milestone. Okay.
Yeah, it's why while you're building your Dagwood, just tell us about a time when you graduated from college or you passed a test you hadn't passed before, trying to get certified, or anything, a new marriage, or you going back to school, it was tough, you get back in school, you going back to school, a new promotion on your job, a new job you trying to get, anything, that you have accomplished. Tell us about it while you building your Dagwood. That's all. It's simple.
Yeah, I'm messing with
I
it.
know it. I know it. But I appreciate that. That's what makes you a comedian.
Uh,
So we are actually over our time. Um, good morning, Queen Gertrude Eats. Good morning. Let me make sure I got everybody. Vanessa Smith, good morning. Shawanda, we've lost Lex a long time ago. House of Entertainment, Mad Dog No Good, Coco TTV, Praying Couple Cooking Series, T Blair Cooking. I don't want to miss anybody. Miss Green, Rico Lewis, Life with ANC, here for the T Central. Thank you again for our super chat. And my mommy is here. Brandon was here one time. Carter C,
yeah.
thank you. Kara the Girl Miniature Mukbang was here. Mary's Life Journey.
Well,
Uh,
I'm dropping on down. I just
okay,
I
thank
turned
you,
over. I
Michael.
saw you. I just want to tell you, I enjoy you as always. I loved your video. It was good. It was hilarious because, of course, your husband wasn't gonna wait. He
He
was
just
gonna eat.
Michael. When I tell you the struggle was real on that for that recording, we did so many takes, and I have to remind him, baby, you can't keep in your food because we need the footage of you. Some footage you can't recreate because if you don't ate all the food, you can't recreate that. And I had to
Right.
chop and move this piece over here and move that piece. And I said, just wait. Well, you told me to go and eat. I'm hungry. I'm like, okay.
Because I kept saying she keep talking about everybody. What she need to do is go back and make her husband make a Dagwood sandwich
Ooh,
because he
yeah,
didn't
because
make one.
he
No,
did. He only used two pieces, and then I noticed something, Michael. He didn't even use the plate in front of him. He was using a plate that we had some tomatoes or something. I said, you didn't even
yeah.
use the plate. I'm like, oh my God. Oh Lord. But I always tell people, it's a family channel and it's we real life and it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on behind the scenes. And Jamie Lynn was just pulling at me. She wanted to sit at the table and pull stuff off. It was so much, and I had to keep saying, I hope I can use some of this. And I had gone through so much.
Well, it did good. Y'all look so
Okay.
good in your costume. Everybody loved your costume. And I looked at the views. You getting some. I think you almost at 1K now.
Michael, that
So
video has been shared 6 times, 6 or 7
I
times.
I shared it for you as well. So
I'm like, oh my God. But
yeah.
one thing that I've noticed, people will watch, but they won't hardly leave a comment. I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, you know what's good? You need the views. You need the views.
Okay.
And yeah, you need the views and you need to share. Yes, a comment is good. A comment is good. You'll get to the point where you will, like, if somebody puts something in, you want your video to be the first one that pops up.
Okay.
If somebody put Dagwood sandwich in, you would hope that video do so good that when they put Dagwood sandwich, the Family to Boards video gonna pop up.
Okay.
If you put in chicken feet. You, it's not gonna be the first one, but it's gonna pop up in there. You put
Okay.
in fried pig feet, Maymay's Happy Table will be the first one to pop up there.
Okay.
Uh, but mine's will maybe be the fourth or fifth video. So that's what you want when you say like and share
Mm,
and comment. You want that video to be in high rotation, to where when they put it into the search engine, that your video is one of the first. They ain't got to go through all these videos
yeah.
to look to get to yours. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that is the beauty in that, and that's how you get. And the more views, the more money you get.
Oh, that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a payday where, I'm just that's all I'm after. I'm having fun with my family in the process. But like someone said, it comes along with the journey. So I'm just here
Yes,
for
it
the journey.
does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So look, I'm gonna be doing a video pretty soon myself about reaching 1K. I'm sure I will.
Okay, of course you will. You already got your watch time in 2 weeks. And do you know that's a struggle sometimes to get watch time hours?
I know, and I thank God for that. So it's the little things that you
Mm-hmm.
know. Well, okay,
To,
I'm not gonna
okay.
be up here bogarting your.
No, you
The,
know what? You got the gift. Gab. I'm here. I'm here.
okay, well, I enjoyed you. I enjoyed everybody in the chat. Shout out to Coco TV for doing
Yes.
her thing and
Yes.
dropping those links and welcoming
Yes.
everybody in. She's doing an awesome, awesome
She
job.
is. She does. She can mod now. I'm telling you. Yes.
Yes, you can. And shout out to Mama Diane Beckworth. I love me some her already.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, you have just listened to comedian Michael Allen for Coffee and Donuts. The topic is blended families. Please go over to check his channel out. He actually has two channels. The first one is Cooking with Comedian Michael Allen, and the second one, 4C Gang Michael Everything. And he just started that new channel. He's already on the road to 1,000. Already has his watch time hours and everything. So my chillaxing with Queen T. I enjoyed coffee and donuts today. 4C Gang up in here. That's right, 4C Gang. All up and through here. Good morning to all 18 people, 19 people that are in the building. So listen, let's talk about something real quick before I go. I want to see you all build those Dagwoods. If you're gonna build a Dagwood, let me know in the comments that I'm gonna build a Dagwood. If you don't know what a Dagwood is, please go back to reference our video that we dropped on yesterday. The last video is called Vinny Vinny Vicky. We came, we saw, we conquered. And I really want you all to celebrate with us and tell us about your milestones that you have accomplished in your life. Not your gallstone, Mike, your milestone that you have accomplished in your life. Official Jamie said, I'm going to do it. And I can't wait to see you do it. I want everybody in here to build those Dagwoods and drink. Don't forget the Calypso. Y'all, if y'all go back and look on our videos from time to time to time, you will see that's all I'm drinking, the Calypso. It is, I bring it to the table or have it in my cup. That's just a drink that I have always enjoyed, and it's extra, extra good if you freeze it a little bit and get that little ice up in there, that little frost ice. Oh my God. So yeah, this is Coffee and Donuts. We're here every Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock a.m. to 7 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. I have enjoyed the panelists on today. Tomorrow is Friday when we will highlight a YouTube channel, a YouTube creator, and bring them up on the panel. So we're gonna go ahead and go now. Y'all know how we do. We have to give a thought for today to help you get your day going. And our thought for today is find out who you are and be that person. That's what your soul was put on this earth to be. Find that truth. Live in that truth, and everything else will come. So basically, be who you were destined to be. Don't try to be anybody else. Live in your truth. Live in your truth, and other people will see who you are. Everything else will fall in place. I almost don't want to go because we got 21 people in the building. Y'all just don't know. how it warms my heart. It really warms my heart to see you all up in here listening for your coffee and donuts every morning. And the views are getting better. Um, so I really appreciate you all. And I don't take it for granted because I know that you all do not have to be here. It's early in the morning. You all can scroll on by. It's other people, in these YouTube streets that you could be watching, but you have chosen to be here. And I really appreciate that. And it's coming from a humble place because I do know that you don't have to be here, but you chose to be here. So for that, I am so thankful and I do not take it for granted. And understand that everyone is welcome over here. It's a no judgment zone. Free to be yourself. All opinions are everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I know we all come from different backgrounds. We are different age brackets, different upbringings, and everyone is free to be themselves over here. The panel is always open. Good morning, love to travel with Wade. Good morning. So with that being said, I want everyone to have a terrific Thursday. I want you to be blessed, be productive, like I always say. Have a good day, and I'll see you here on tomorrow. Same place, same time. I love you all. Stay blessed and be safe.